Yo, what's up guys, my name's Nathan and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be channeling my very disappointed parent who is chastising their child after going to parents' evening and seeing that their child is failing at everything. And you've got that list of their grades and you just go, what the hell is this? So today I'm going to be that disappointed parent because I have a multitude of lists in front of me, metaphorically, of which I am disappointed in all of them. Every single top shoe of 2022 list is bad. I'm going to say it, it's bad. All of the journalists and all of the outlets that I have currently seen that have put their end of year lists together seem to have tunnel vision or a Nike-leaning bias, because let's be honest, this year hasn't necessarily been Nike's year, I don't think. This year has been so good for new models or retro models making a comeback and finding new audiences with Gen Z kids and stuff like that. And I think that is worth so much more than a Jordan 1 naturally doing well and selling 2 million units. So what I'm going to cover today are what I believe are the ones that have been looked over, not given any mention. Even in honourable mention lists, they're not being mentioned. I might just go through by brand because this is totally unrehearsed. I don't have any script and I'm going off memory. But if memory serves me correctly, we should have a nice mix of brands. First off, can we all agree, it didn't come out this year, but Boston Birkenstocks have run this year and the year previous to the point where you can go to a Birkenstock shop in London. There's either a queue outside to get Bostons or there's a picture on the front of the window that says, we're out of stock, don't even bother. They have ran this shit. So whether they came out this year or not, there we go. First mention. Also, it's the most Googled shoe of the year. So I feel like it's bizarre not to mention. Next up, Salomons. A shoe that is very much, it's quite interesting I think with Salomon because they've come from that sort of Gorpcore era where people were wearing them almost ironically to be on trend with the Gorpcore stuff. I for one picked them up during that trend era, I would say, and I haven't looked back. Some of the colorways I felt were absolutely insane, beautiful shoes. XT4s especially, XT6s, Speed Crossers, they've been coming out with continuous bangers, collaborations with Hidden, collaborations with Comme des Garçons, collaborations with Margiela, the khaki ones with the green and the pink, they're beautiful, the black ones with the white on them, and even the all red ones to some extent are absolutely gorgeous shoes. Not seen one of them in any list in any way. That blows my mind. The new XT6 exclusive pairs that are coming to Kith, the purple and blue pair, absolutely, actually the trilogy is banging. Great shoes, especially the Margiela ones. I think they're unbelievably nice, and I grew to love the Comme des Garçons pair. A brand that came out of a trend that has embraced its newfound position in fashion and really led into it. We saw it with Arc'teryx leaning into it a little bit more, doing a collaboration with Jill Sander and things like that. So New Balance, I have not seen any mention on any list of the absolute monolith of the year that was the 550, whether it's the Aimé Leon Dore 550s and 650s even the general release pairs were selling out to the point where supply and demand could not be met. There wasn't enough stock and they were reselling GRs. They're a fantastic shoe that really got pushed into the forefront of many people's minds by Teddy Santis, now creative director at New Balance, which segues me straight into the 990s that Teddy Santis did with New Balance, the GR pairs. Again, arguably some of the best general release shoes of the year, not mentioned at all. And I would say the grey and like beige pair is one of the strongest shoes of the year. Not even general release, just generally. The sea salt pair, the all leather pair with the yellow, sort of like vintage, almost yellow on there. Again, I haven't seen that mentioned, but these shoes are incredible. You had Joe Freshgoods Performance Art. Some of the best colorways, I'd say, just like some of the nicest colors, I've seen on a shoe recently. The Refined Future Pack, which is arguably the best general release of the year. People said it's better than collabs, and I haven't heard a peep out of anyone on that. The 2002 in general, which the Basement obviously has had 3 collabs on, all 3 of them incredibly strong. The recently released Stone Grey pair has always been my favourite, and I'm glad that's finally come out, and it's in the post, which I can't wait to get when I get back from Christmas. 2002s took over the world. Some of the strongest general releases in recent memory. And the 1906s, again, sort of a retroed archive vintage New Balance model that's been retooled with the end cap technology and the stuff that you see on the 2002. Beautiful shoe. The white and the green pair are beautiful, and it's so sad to not see them mentioned. Adidas, a lot of people are arguing over the Gucci Gazelles and whether they should be on the list. Absolutely, they should be on some sort of list in some capacity. Top 10, maybe not, but I've seen a lot of people saying it's just a Gazelle with Gucci treatment, but that's literally what it's meant to be, as is the Louis Vuitton treatment on the Air Force. Except, I think the Gucci Gazelles are a lot more obtainable, if you could say that, and more wearable and less garish, and I think they're really tastefully done. Not mentioned really other than one list that I've seen, and it wasn't in the top 10. The Songs for the Mute Shadow Turf and the Supernova 7s, both not mentioned in any capacity anywhere. Both fantastic shoes. Songs for the Mute, I can't find a pair anywhere, and they're absolutely just glorious shoes, and you all know how I feel about Adidas. Asics coming in with the 1130s, especially the HAL Studio pair, which is just hands down one of my favourite collabs of the year. Super wearable. Kiko Studio creating their 1130s and bringing back a bunch of old models, which I've seen on so many people's feet, especially the 1130s. The Asics Hysteric Glamour with Kiko, the new runners that have come out that are really interesting. Another fantastic shoe that you don't see mentioned very much. And just in general, the Jound Kayano 14s. Kayano 14s are having a moment off the back of those. Jound actually on the New Balance 990 V3, the green pair, absolutely beautiful. One of the best shoes of the year, hands down. Just blows my mind. There's so many good shoes. Brain Dead and Oakley's factory project, they brought back the Flesh, which just sold out so quick. They released a pack of Fleshes about a month ago, which have completely sold out. In 4 colorways, I think it was. Actually, 2 pairs of sandals, and I think 3 pairs of just standard Fleshes, all gone. And they recently reissued the Chop Saw, which hasn't seen the light of day in I think 20 years. And arguably the Brain Dead colorway on the Chop Saw is just one of the best releases of the year. It's like amazing that Oakley are now in the conversation, at least to some extent for some people. Nike, shoes that never got mentioned. The Concepts, the Orange Lobster. Obviously, it's a rehash of a very strong time for Concepts doing the lobster collections. Obviously, we've seen it all before, but coming off the back of the purple lobsters with an orange lobster, really strong release. The Union Passport collection, again, absolutely fantastic. I have seen that on a few lists. Whether I put it in the top 10, I'm not sure, but an absolutely brilliant pack. Great shoe. The Nike, probably one of my top 3 shoes of the year was the Nike Air Sunder Max with Comme des Garçons. Seeing the Sunders come back and seeing it so well done and so simply executed. Probably one of my most worn shoes of the year. Just crazy. No mention of it. Like, not even a peep. Obviously, Nike and, like, the Chicagos, they're always going to be on everyone's top 10 lists. What else has there been? I'm looking around my room for, like, other shoes. Reebok. Reebok's Pierre Moss Experiment 4. The slime green pair. Obviously not going to be on top 10 lists because people just don't really pay that much attention to them. All of his Experiment 4s have been fantastic. They're sitting on in every single size. Yes, it's more of a difficult shoe to wear in that sort of colour. I'm just shocked by how little of these brands have been touched upon in any capacity. I find it absolutely baffling that New Balance hasn't absolutely just destroyed the top 10 list this year. Easily the best brand of the year. Salomon need a shout out for being such a strong brand this year, and it's hard for me to say, but Adidas have had some bangers. More of a small dust cloud than an explosion, but they are releasing some silent hits. I don't really know much more to say. I almost wanted to just say that 2022 hasn't been all about Nike, and it certainly hasn't. I think retros are great, and new colorways on old shoes like the Dunk and the Jordan 1 and everything. Fantastic, great. It's always nice to see. But there's been so many new models that have been released this year, so many better models, so much fresh stuff that's come out this year, and it's succeeded in a lot of ways. Just some fantastic shoes. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I hope you're sort of seeing the year of shoes in a bit of a different way, because so many mainstream publications are telling you that the best shoe of the year is the DJ Khaled Jordan 5, which I think I speak for everyone when no one really cares about that shoe. But yeah, I haven't seen one person even say they bought them. But whatever, guys. I'll see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you soon. The washing machine's done. Peace.